Hello and welcome to Game and Gain. My name is Muzz and today I'm going to be talking about the Ubisoft Forward press conference video that was done on the 12th of July, which was my birthday. And the reason I'm doing it today is because it was my birthday and I tried to record it the day after and my capture cancelled halfway through. So I'm going to just kind of give a bit of a synopsis, I guess, of the whole event, kind of what my thoughts were with regards to some of the bigger games, some things that interest me, or just points to discuss really. And the first one is Watch Dogs Legion. Now I wanted to see this game going in and it left me a little bit confused with how I felt about aspects of the game. The tone is one of the big things that I want to focus on because I don't really know what they are going for with this game in terms of the tone, in terms of what they want the story to be. Is it a super serious political statement, I guess, or is it some tongue-in-cheek Ubisoft game? Because the first trailer they showed, which is not this one, talked about Brexit. It talked about what could potentially happen post Brexit with drones being. I mean, this is obviously in the future, but like drones being used to control the population. A government, it seems like, or a military faction controlling the people, and then the kind of people will have to form a resistance and kind of fight back against the powers that be. But then you have another trailer which is kind of like tongue in cheek, where you see the granny who's been in all the media, I think, where it's quite haha, laugh it up. And yeah, I just like it. It seems quite serious here, and then games can obviously have two different like a lot of different aspects to it, but I'm just confused with what they are actually going for, because it seems quite intense here, but then the gameplay is quite some of the gameplay is like quite funny. Seeing a granny like fighting, yes, is quite funny. But the aspects I did like, I liked obviously the NPCs that you can recruit them, kind of Metal Gear Solid style, but you can actually play them. There's a granny there. What I want to know is how big can this roster of characters be? Is it limited to 50? Then you get rid of some. How similar are they going to be? Is there going to be like look, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, like you've got at least 15 there, and it looks like there's space for more. You've got a construction worker, you've got like a drone expert, a hitman. So like, how many different classes, I guess, is there going to be for this game? But I liked what they showed here, where they showed going into different going into a level in different ways. I like that element to it. But yeah, this guy is a construction worker. He has his own drone, so he can kind of fly in. But yeah, it had me kind of not worried, just confused with the messaging of the game. What this game is going to be like tonally, I guess. But the gameplay looks good. The first Watch Dog was such a disappointment. I've not played the second one, but I've heard it's good. I probably should have talked about like Ubisoft. I really used to like their games. Far Cry 3, Assassin's Creed 2 is one of my favourite games. But then in this generation, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One generation, I just fell away from them. I think their games just get too samey, with Ghost Recon becoming open world, with Assassin's Creed obviously being open world, but just being bigger and grander. I haven't played Odyssey or Origin, or I stopped actually at Revelation because I just can't keep going with these games. But this has me intrigued, to say the least. So that is all I have to say really on Watch Dogs Legion. Moving on from Watch Dogs Legions, we have the Rainbow Six Siege. Now, this is a game that has been out I just want to give this a shout out. This really was a good trailer, was a good piece of video, piece of media, because it got me excited to actually play the game, and it was a nice way of actually showing off the game. By focusing on the people who play. I didn't realise that 60 million people had played Rainbow Six Siege. It looks a huge game, and I wish I would make more time for it. I want to make more time for it because it seems like such a good game, such an intense tactical experience. They actually showed off kind of imperfections with their game, talked about the matchmaking system and showed people lagging, which I like, understanding that it's not a perfect game. Like, this is the bit here actually, that person that I look lagging. So just a nice shout out to this. I thought it was really quite a nice little video there. Now moving on to Hyperscape, a new battle royale, which it's becoming just a bloated genre of gaming now. But Hyperscape showed me some things that made it a little bit different. I liked the verticality in the gameplay. Seems like you'll be on a lot of rooftops. The different hacks, so it seems like they have heroes, but they're not tied to any ability. The abilities are like things that you find out in the map. One of them is like a giant ball that you can bounce around. One of them is like a teleport. One of them is a wall you can put up. It looked decent enough. I thought the gunplay looked good. Obviously, without playing it, I can't speak for that. But there's an open beta out on PC, which I can't play because I don't have a decent enough PC. But the game has me intrigued. I like battle royales. I played Fortnite. I played Warzone. Apex is my one at the moment. Could this take over it? I don't know. I like the way that the it's not a circle. It's districts that kind of fade out, so it's not like a circle that's closing in. And then the last couple of players have to essentially play like keep away. They have a crown that they have to hold on to for a specific amount of time, whereas the whole rest of the match is just your traditional battle royale. But it looks interesting enough, and the Ash seems to have like a bit of backstory with it, which obviously Fortnite's kind of done, and Apex has tried to do a lot more this season, provide backstory for what's going on, or a story of some sort. But yeah, it looks good enough. Obviously I need to play it. The weapons look kind of generic, but the abilities look very, very good. Be interesting to see when it is right to use. But that is the Hyperscape. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, early on in the video I said I hadn't played an Assassin's Creed because I felt burnt out by the series. Just once you miss one, I felt like you couldn't get back into it. The other two just seemed like too big for me to really dive into. I would spend so long in those games, like a ridiculous amount of time. I know that. Assassin's Creed Valhalla may have just brought me back into the Assassin's Creed world. I don't understand why it's called Assassin's Creed. It seems like the whole storyline that they were trying to go with has just been abandoned, and it just seems like an excuse to go to a historical location, which I don't mind. It's obviously got name value, the Assassin's Creed, but the combat in this looks more brutal. The raid system I like, where you've got your own little team and you actually jump off the boat. The boat? Did I say vote or boat? Boat. So yeah, the fact that you're invading England, Ubisoft seems to have something up with England, because obviously they've turned London into a horrific place to live, and then you're invading England. This is what has really sold me on it. The settlement building, I love that sort of stuff in games, and to build up a settlement, and you've got lots of little districts that you can create allies in. Apparently it looks like a good game, like a very good game. The combat was always the kind of weaker points of the Assassin's Creed games. Obviously you were trying to be an assassin, so that would make sense, but combat looks fairly decent in this. with the fact that enemies can gang up on you and whatnot. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla may have brought me back into the series. I'm trying to think if there's anything more. Oh, I do want to say one thing. I don't believe that a Viking would be an assassin or try to be stealthy. They were bloodthirsty warriors, apparently, who loved the thrill of battle. They would not be sneaking around stabbing people in the neck with a hidden blade. But that's just my take on it. But Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks to be a great game and looks potentially to bring me back to the Assassin's Creed franchise, especially since it's on PlayStation 5. And then we end with the final thing that was shown, which was Far Cry 6. Far Cry 3, I loved that game. I haven't played 4, I haven't played 5. Again, just Ubisoft game, Ubisoft Blueprint, where it's just a huge open world with lots of things to do. It would take me so long to get through those games, so I haven't played them because I know the time commitment I would need to make. I love all the little side quests. I would need to do them, so that's why I made the conscious decision not to play them, because it would take me too long. But good trailer. I liked it. It seems like I love the Far Cry games because they always lead with the villain. That always seems to be the opening person that you're shown. And no different here. El Presidente, I believe his name is, with this young boy, I believe is his son, kind of teaching him a lesson about the country with a grenade, which I thought was quite effective. And obviously the ending shot is of the boy potentially letting go of the grenade to fall to protesters below. But not much really to say. It will be a Far Cry game, so I know pretty much what to expect. The trailer got me interested. I thought the voice acting was very good in this. Watchdog Legions needs some voice acting, not lessons, but needs some different voice actors because some of those accents were, they were bad. But that is it. So if you liked the Ubisoft press conference, whatever it was, let me know down below. Let's have a talk about it. I left out some things on purpose because they might not have interested me, but that doesn't mean they won't interest you. So if you see something that was left out, let me know and maybe I'll talk about it in another video. But that is it from me. So like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, ring the bell, and any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.